everybody. Welcome back, everybody, now. Welcome back, everybody. I'm muted. Welcome back, everybody. We are here live with our next game. We'll hop right into the game because the game has already loaded. It's an all-pick remake from the draft we just saw. And we have got ourselves Cascade Gaming, a Russian team, up to some shenanigans very early on. Up against Next.kz. We'll quickly introduce our two teams. I'm God, streaming me is Lumi. How are you?
I'm doing great. This is something that we saw out of Cascade versus Virtus Pro the other day. The big distinction is that we have a Crystal Maiden with the boots first. They just want to set up a First Blood. I'm not sure whether this is going to be a whirling to have to cut through the trees and just create a path to freedom and set up a gank there.
Well, it won't cut through all the trees. I'll have to use some tangos.
Use multiple ones, but here comes Naga Siren. Keep in mind that they smoked into here, so nobody was detected. They have a ward here. They know the Naga Siren just passed by, but they want the Shadow Free mid. That's the price.
Yep, and it looks like with a good block from the Weaver, they should be able to get this end. Show Me on the mid lane is doing just that. This will be no problem at all for this first player. At least it shouldn't be any problem at all.
Yeah, Crystal Maiden with the boots of speed, 330 movement speed to the 305 Shadow Fiend. I think Nova is probably a little bit more effective as an initiation spell, but we'll
doesn't matter. SF is going to be so out of position because of this, and here we go. The road to freedom is there. Frostbite going to leave things off. Timbersaw, Whirling Death. Yep, Whirling Death. Extra damage there. Oh, he's actually just going to last hit this. I'm surprised they actually want to give it to Timber. I guess this is straight boots.
Yes.
And as an offlane Timbersaw, having boots at level 1 as well as a Stout Shield is pretty huge.
Because he had to participate in this gank, he won't have reactive armor at 1, and that is going to be difficult, but giving him the first blood should tide things over.
He's not even going offlane.
Jungle. This is what we saw again last time from, I think, Cascade, right?
I don't remember. On Timbersaw?
We did see a jungle Timbersaw.
Okay.
And it was like disgustingly ugly because it was not effective.
Well, he tried to sack the small camp. He doesn't succeed in doing so. It's actually really hard to do that nowadays.
Oh, jungle CM. Here we go.
All right.
Bite.
Well, yeah. CM can bite one, and then the other one you can just
hit him.
Keep right clicking.
Yeah, hit him.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Jungle CM, and but looking at the safe lane, we're gonna have an Alchemist against Clockwork, which Alchemist unfortunately won't get the free farm he wants to because his supports have just like abandoned him.
I mean, that's fine. I don't think Abaddon is going to give him much in-lane support anyways. It's going to be your true 1v1 in a sense, and Dota Stock should hold his own. I don't think he'll die if he's careful enough. And yeah, he's going to just get Grievous Screen.
Yep, the pull has been blocked. Abaddon is heading down there to de-ward that over in the Radiant jungle. And I'm just surprised they completely abandoned the offensive lane. I guess it is a tough Visage, Gyrocopter, and Naga Siren. There's a ton of killing power there, but Timbersaw with boots at level 1 could have maybe made something happen, but he decides jungle's the way to go with this CM. CM hits level 2, immediately gets a point of the Arcane Aura. Normally you go Nova level 2, but based on the way you're jungling, you want to get your Timbersaw the extra mana regen for more Whirling Death. This is going to be a much better build. More importantly,
you want to give yourself a little bit more extra mana regen because it doubles it for Crystal Maiden. So Crystal Maiden coming around, perhaps going to try to set up a kill. There is a stun to lead it off, and let's see if they're going to make it go. Judo already in position. No,
they can't kill. They haven't got Nova. It's only a level 1 stun. They can harass here, but I don't even think that harass was not cost effective at all because he got hit by the Cog as well. So he lost his mana, he lost a bit of HP, and
Crystal Maiden could have got a Centaur kill by then. Now.
That was just. I think that was a silly kill to go for because unless you went Nova at level 2, which well, even if you go Nova, you don't have the mana. But unless you have Frostbite and Nova, and I'd say at least a level 2 stun, I don't think they can kill Clockwork. So this is not the best harass. I mean, not so much that Judo's doing badly. Zoning out the Clockwork's fine, just not using your mana and spells.
Yep. Back in the top lane, you used to Big Nut making the rotation back here as Timbersaw finally got that reactive armor at level 3. Between Timber Chain and Whirling Death, he should be okay. Because the only true stun in the lane is actually going to be that Insta, and you definitely Timber Chain yourself out of that one.
Yep.
So back in the mid lane, it's going to be Weaver versus SF. Despite the first blood, yeah, SF has pretty much caught up, and whoa, raises. Gonna, I guess, zone Weaver back out.
SF already up to 12 souls, and once SF gets a few more souls, he's going to be able to outlast hit the Weaver as well. So, despite Weaver with the first blood coming onto the SF, he didn't get it himself. I don't see him actually winning this lane. In fact, he may fall behind on farm.
Yeah, I actually really dislike the fact that Crystal Maiden has stopped jungling, and now they're going to come around, maybe go on Stalk. Stalk is just unkillable, not to a Crystal Maiden. Her damage is so low that, yeah, she's better off buying a Smoke of the Sea and maybe go gank a different lane. And that's exactly what she's have in mind.
Okay, well, bottom lane Clockwork does get zoned out now, so we do see Clockwork here. He went for the extra point in Battery Assault, as we see most Clockworks do nowadays. The big question is here for me, how does the Abaddon fit in? Because we've seen this hero get banned out a ton, finally picked up, but we're not really seeing any sort of aggressive, like, Spirit Breaker Abaddon lanes, or the Weaver Abaddon in an off lane. He's just being sort of just pulling, getting some levels, trying to do what he needs to do. But I guess it's going to come down to more his mid game impact.
Yeah, I guess in the mid game, I really don't like where Abaddon's at because he's, again, it's a single target hero. defensively purposely, and I'm not sure how much defensive measure you're gonna actually do against a hero like a Gyrocopter or a Shadow Fiend who has a ton of burst damage output. Bingham actually playing very aggressively. Here comes a two-man TP, and Reeves is gonna be the first one to actually die here. Swarm's gonna get on both of them. That's one
He's
kill.
going for the tower. He's accepted the fact he's going to die. He wants to get the T1 tower. Will not get it himself, but he makes sure it doesn't get denied. So Gyrocopter makes the best of a very bad situation there. But the TPs from Cascade was very clever. Not often you see a 4-minute TP, especially coming in from a solo mid-weaver.
Yeah, solo mid-weaver came in. The Abaddon came in. Crystal Maiden, I think, just rotated in. So it was a very expensive gank. And they didn't even get the tower denied, so I'm not sure whether...
SF got a lot of free fun while that was going on as well.
That's true, too. I'm not sure whether it's ultimately worth it, but, you know, kills are kills. It definitely helps a hero like Abaddon to get that experience early on.
Yep. See, I'm going to actually do the rotation mid lane to take some XP and farm while Timbersaw actually coming back out. Looks like Timbersaw maybe takes over the mid lane, because Weaver already level 6. He's not too worried about the trial lane unless they bring sentries and dust, at which you can only assume they will. They've already got sentries, but it looks like he's going to be the offlane hero now. Help Timbersaw get to this level 6, some arcane boots, and just do a bit of a lane switch up.
Yeah, I really like this. Between Crystal Maiden and the Timbersaw that's getting close to level 6, you can actually in theory kill, but meanwhile back in the ball lane here, Dota Stock gets picked up by Stallcat. It was a hook into a battery cell and cogs and a couple more right clicks. It's very nicely done by Stallcat.
Yeah, Stallcat's doing really well in his offlane. He's getting a lot from this, and it comes down to the supports, not spending a lot of time there. Abaddon TPing top, CM's just been started off jungle, helped out mid, helped out top. So this Alchemist, your free farm carry, he's going Greevil's Greed as well when he has no support there. I feel Greevil's Greed is what you do only when you know you're going to have guaranteed farm.
Nova's going to come in here. Stallcat, he does not have the Frostbite just yet, trying to get out of range. He's going to have Frostbite now, going to get off, and here we go. But the cogs is going to drive everybody away.
Oh,
the sun comes in, but it's a 5-second cog block. And
meanwhile, top lane, there was a Weaver kill. Who did he actually kill? He kills off the Naga Siren, so he was just contesting the pool, and it looks like with a Swarm actually got that, and Mantis needs to be careful under his tower. Needs to salve up soon, probably, because Swarm plus some Shukuchi damage, and that will be another kill as well.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of Eternal Envy, Shukuchi and Swarm, a couple of right-click, and then just time lapse back, just like a harassment tool. Because the cooldown is such low, and Mantis is going to salve back up.
Okay, so Bignum's mid lane. He's looking for his level 6 here. SF is the one here that's just gone completely untouched. The level 1 First Blood doesn't actually slow him down all that much. It just means he misses maybe the first 2 creep waves, but after that he didn't get harassed. He was 1v1 against the Weaver, didn't even lose the CS battle against Weaver, so he's now actually the lead farmer in this game.
Yeah, and you expect him to be the lead farmer. Here comes the Naga Siren, perhaps baiting out a couple of nukes. There's an snare. Get out of the Clockwork's way, because here he comes! The Phonics Show trying to survive a miscoil. I think misclick, perhaps. Should have went on a CM.
Yeah, absolutely. And Clockwork going to rotate immediately back bottom. This is a Clockwork with 1100 gold. Probably looks for some arcane boots. Maybe just the mech buy for this team. SF meanwhile mid lane going to find Weaver back here. This is a slightly tougher opponent than the Timbersaw. Timbersaw was just getting right-clicked once, race, and down to half HP. So yeah. I think any hero for SF is fine, unless he's getting sort of 2 or 3-man mid. No one can contest him at mid.
Yeah, I feel like Mantis aside, who's had somewhat of a tough time up top, being kind of continuously zoned out by many different heroes. Stallcat had an excellent game, getting a solo kill on Alchemist and then finding another one in the jungle. Of course, you talked about our Shadow Fiend player up mid. They are going to be untouched, as you say, and again, Cascade has a lineup that doesn't do much damage in the mid game. You have Abaddon, which is not a damage hero. Crystal Maiden can be. It looks like we're going to set up a gank on the mid lane. Swarm's going to get used a bite. And the right click's coming in from all sides, and I do believe Shadow Fiend, well, he just got touched.
He canceled so many raises. He's like, what do I want to do here? That was not something that he could really get his way out of. Despite that kill, and despite Cascade being up to 5-2, I feel like Next.kz is still leading though. All 3 of their core heroes are doing really well. They've got Gyrocopter. Sure, he got ganked once, but he's still free farming top. SF free farming mid. Clockwork not free farming bottom, but getting kills.
Killing stuff.
He's doing so much as a solo offlane. I feel Cascade is just not doing and getting anywhere near as much from this laning setup. Even though they're getting kills, who's actually farming mid? No one. Weaver farmed like for a few minutes, but then it got left alone. No one's been farming the offlane until now. Weaver's actually been spending a lot of time rotating around. You're 3-0-2, been involved in all 5 kills, but not with a ton of farm.
And here we go. We see a Siren double raise up on the mid lane. Not going to get a kill at all. And SF starting to get accrued his slow back. Meanwhile, another lane rotation. These guys are just rotating nonstop, which is cool in terms of just getting a kill here and there, but at the end of the day, they are, like you said, not getting too much farm. There is some sort of farm on Dota stock, though, but he also has to pick up. He's only got 30 CS.
30
as a safe lane farm, which not exactly a true safe lane farm, considering that, again, Abaddon and Crystal Maiden not really in the lane too much.
Yep. And he has gone for the Max Scribbles grid, which will help him catch up. But at the same time, it means normally if you're slightly under-leveled, you want to be able to offer more as far as killing power, which would be your max stun. And there's rotations coming bottom. So this is where not having the max stun and having no acid makes it hard for him to actually fight.
Nice start, nice shoot here by Abaddon, and looks like it's going to be on the run.
Cogs.
Stallcat, we need a bite. Cogs getting zoned out. Where's the Sun? The Sun's going to come through. There you go on Stallcat. None of the spells actually landing. The Cogs finally ran out, and Stallcat's going to be just running his way out of there. Cogs going to be up in about 6 seconds. Another Sun should come in too. Then. Oh man, the fact that the chakra missed on the stationary target is the reason why they didn't get the kill.
Yeah, 4 heroes committing to that as well. And that's where you say, you look at Stallcat. Sure, he's not a ton of farm, but he hasn't died. He's 2-0, and he's bringing 4 heroes bottom.
Yeah. I mean, he's only 10 CS behind the Alchemist. Yeah. If you want to look at it that way.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. Mantis, meanwhile, on the Gyrocopter's picked up. He's got an Ogre Club sitting at base. He's going to be looking to pick that up fairly soon. And his farm is beating the Alchemist quite handily, and SF's even more so.
There we go. Weaver is going to make yet another lane rotation. The fact that they made so much lane rotation, I just want to check out experience per minute. Alright, just levels overall. Weaver is still level 9, still keeping up. Gyrocopter level 8. Clockwork, your off lane's level 8, and everybody just falls off after that point. The support's doing okay as well. Weaver incoming. Trying to set something up, but he's going to just get zoned away.
Yeah, this Weaver's having the best game of these Cascade heroes, and he's going to have to keep on carrying TPs and coming to any fights that break out, because he's kind of the X factor as far as Cascade's concerned, and we're doing decently in these fights.
Mid lane, again, it's...
SF just needs go into the neutrals here. Sure, you've got 350 HP, but this is where you stack your big camp and just get some raises, and before going back to base to heal.
This is not where you want to give Timbersaw free kill, the Timber Chain in Chakram, so yeah, he does...
We'll see a stack. It looks like happened from Mantis. Gyrocopter himself probably going to say, hey, let me take this.
Uh-oh.
They're fighting over the stack.
The raises mid...
They stacked anyway. We're good. SF is, yeah, he's actually bottle crowing, so he won't have to go back to Fountain at all. He can kill this camp here, use the bottle, bottle crow again. 1 raise, 2 raise. Skeleton spawn for even more gold. Got to get that value.
There you go. And then there's the mid
wave in front of Alright. Drop that Ogre Club. Got to get more value from that bottle charge.
Back on the bottom here. Stallcat's going to eat a nuke to the face. Already used a cog, so he's on the run. Is he going to hook in for the stun? The battery is still slowing down. No hook just yet. He is going to go down. Hook 2 man. Stout shield procs. Not going to be
survives.
there. Bignum was going to clean him out here, even if he survived there.
Bit stuck in now. He needs to decide which way he wants to go. He's got maxed out the Timber Chain. He's level 8, so Bignum doing decently on this Timber Saw, especially considering he didn't really have a lane or... It was kind of... like you say, the lane rotations. He started off in the jungle, went mid for a bit, went top for a bit, but... That's where Next.kz have played this game very standard. The Gyrocopter's been just statically playing at the top lane. SF has just been going from mid to neutrals back to mid. The 2 carries for Next.kz are both 0 death and 0. Like, they haven't been involved in any kills or any assists.
Fine.
But
yeah,
I think it's 100% fine.
There's no reason for them to make the rotations if they don't have to. In terms of net worth and farm, Gyrocopter as well as Shadow Fiend doing quite well for the team, as you expect. Weaver, again, the only person that's keeping up. He's gone for drums first, so very aggressive. Nova on the mid lane. We're going to see another Frostbite. And we're going to go huge ultimate. Woo! That almost killed the Weaver. And he's going to come in and try to get that one last kill. Magic Stick gets popped up here, but the insane amount of minus armor already did a work. No, he's going to get a return kill. What? That was amazing.
I half watched that on your screen. I was watching a bit of a clash at bottom lane that was going on at the same time, but... I'll take your word for it, Lumi.
That was absolutely amazing play. I'm not sure whether he was toggling his treads and using his magic stick to the full potential, but definitely looked like it. Meanwhile, Bignum on the run on the bot lane. These birds not dropping to the stun just yet. Uh-oh, Equal is huge trouble. May have 6 armor, but does not block pure damage. That's 1 kill. Bignum looking for a little bit more, and these pea shooters just giving him extra armor. Yeah,
those Facades familiars should have been focusing more on the Timbersaw, especially once Alchemist throws the stun. He's not offering a whole lot. You need to sort of deal with this Timbersaw, and they're not done. They want the Clockwork as well. Nice cog pushback. This will deal with all the Timbersaw's mana, and double stun onto Dota Stalk. No more mana, it looks like, for Timbersaw. No, he's got plenty. He had a full magic one. He's trapped.
He's trapped. I'm not sure how you trap yourself in there, but now he's under the tower, still tanking up here. You gotta be careful of Whirling Death. Stallcat, nice Delta split. Not gonna eat all of the sun at the same time. Crystal Maiden dropping very slow. Can we get another instant Crystal Maiden?
He's going for a hook. He's got no HP, but he wants to hook this.
Well, he's gonna get a hook off.
Yeah, as soon as he sees the Timbersaw buyback, I think they should retreat here, because Timbersaw's TPing, as is Abaddon.
Oh, but they are gonna get 1 kill immediately, and that should be all you need. Dota Stock still thinking about more. Here comes the Timbersaw hooking forward. Got the Photic shield. All he has to do is chase. Yeah, Equal is actually gonna die here. 1 more stun. But here comes the Weaver on the back line as well. Yo,
Yeah, he runs in knowing he's dead. He just wants to do a bit more damage with the Riptide. And just
Stalkcat's
also
still
slow this-
thinking about hooking in.
I don't. He seems to just want to stay nearby throwing rockets, but he can start heading home and still be throwing those rockets.
Yeah.
He picks up a chainmail, so will be going for the mech most likely for his team. Although blade mail not bad as well.
Yeah, against this lineup who doesn't really have BKB on any of their heroes anytime soon. It could be okay, but I think we're going to see the more standard mech, which will make him extremely tanky. I think he just used his ultimate. Abaddon. Not sure what that one's about.
Well, mid T1 tower does get denied as SF got it a bit too low, and he's just looking for his BKB. Going to go back into the neutrals to try and finish it. And well, Gyro, SF, Gyro got ganked once, SF been ganked a couple times, but they haven't been shut down as far as farm goes. One gank doesn't actually stop their farm. You have to sort of follow that up by zoning them away from the lane and just keeping them scared. But SF, after dying, just went straight back to mid lane and never really stopped farming.
Yeah, but still credit to the Crystal Maiden for making those smoke ganks, making the rotation. At least slow him
CM,
down a little
speaking
bit.
of which, is caught out in the bottom river by a clockwork hook.
Well done. Slowcat is just playing out his minus game.
Yeah, he's had a really good game for an offlane clockwork.
Very effective. Has only died once. Kill the offlane carry in a 1v1 position. Dotastog, normally in a safe lane, farm, you get yourself a quick Shadow Blade in 15 minutes. And a Midas on top of that. He's very far from anything. He's got 25 control.
With the max out stun, I imagine we may be seeing the Shadow Blade here. I think it's the most likely item to go. There's a Weaver as well, so getting sentries and gem is going to be something Next.kz sort of invest in regardless.
Well, speaking of investment here, both Shadow Fiend as well are as Gyrocopter going for the investment down the road. Both going BKB.
Yeah.
Looks like we have an ensnare. Any hookup here? The stun's going to get... Stun's going to fly through against Reeve, and here comes a double damage Weaver. Dodging around here, those cogs. Going to get the kill. Very nicely done. And they want a little bit more.
Yeah, they want to keep on chasing. Not the best chasing lamp until they've got another stun, but they do have one just now, and Dotastog wants to go. His rage is going to be wearing off in a second, so he needs to be careful.
Mirror image?
No points in it. Clockwork, I heard a hook shot. Where's he gone? He's found CM Deja Vu in the river.
She wants to get to the crystal. Oh, Hasterin!
You see that Haster and you think maybe there's a chance? No. Dromy going to get one of the Visage Familiars though. Nice little bit of gold there. Timbersaw coming in as well. Stalcat, be careful because even though you've got that haste room, Timbersaw can do a ton of insta-burst damage.
Stalkat's just playing with them, waiting for Shadow Fiend to come in. That bird juking as well.
Yep.
Maybe he's looking for a good cog in. Oh no, Reeves going to get caught up once again. Reeves does not have a haste rune. He's going to get in trouble. Here comes the Rocket Flare, just showing things out. Shadow
Alchemist
Fiend does
may
got
die,
the BKB. The cog's blocking the Shadow Fiend. That's unfortunate. You want to cog somebody in for the setup of Directly.
Yep. Naga Siren does have Song of the Siren if they want to try and use that, but so far Cascade have done a good job of just getting the hell out of there, and we're seeing Gyrocopter even join up for this fight. He's come bottom, he hasn't finished his BKB, but he's got a level 2 ulti, and this should be a fairly easy tier 1 tower, especially when Cascade see both Gyro and SF here. Fighting this is risky, but put a shield on the Timbersaw and anything can happen.
I mean, what's going to happen is going to Song and walk right past them and go for a double kill. They got to be very careful. They're not respecting the power of an early Song coming out from Naga Siren. No Song just yet.
And Abaddon, very low on HP. He actually hasn't got his borrowed time ultimate, so...
Yeah, but they don't know that. I think he just used it in a river bank. Okay. So, yeah, they back
Weaver
off.
went for a drums here. I feel like you need to either go straight for the Lincolns or the BKB. The drums is like nice for some just stats, the movement speed aura, but they're going to need BKBs against the SF AoE as well as the Gyrocopter.
Yeah, I think the BKB over the Lincolns is better in this game because there's not much really disruptive, insane single target nukes. So, but instead he wants a little bit chasing power, a little bit more movement speed for his team.
Well, we'll see the Next.kz squad rotate towards the mid lane, and double BKB is now up. So this is what I was thinking: like, do you start fighting or do you just keep on farming? And they decided they want to keep on. They want to keep on fighting.
Yes, Stalkats find himself ooh, it was a blade mail activation.
Wow.
Trying to drop Big Num pretty low. The Urn's going to be used. A couple more right clicks worse than Ensnare. The Ensare's going to fly through, but he's still very, very tanky. Finally, he's going to get burst down. Big Num, they still want him, but he's dropping low as well. The Naga Siren, they back off for now, and Big Num, does he want to go back in?
Those soul assumptions do so much damage to Big Num. He's tanky and is resilient to physical damage, but those nukes, they hurt him. Razors and soul assumptions going to be the end of him. He needs to rush for a pipe, I feel, almost. You can't just go straight for a bloodstone. Maybe the raw HP will help you, but just getting a casual cloak at least is going to be needed.
Yeah, I mean, he's sitting at a very healthy 1,100 HP, but at the same time...
Soul assumption was like a third of his HP.
Yeah,
almost.
it was. I mean, that's what soul assumption does. Yeah, it's hard. He's actually only died once. So maybe he's actually just realizing or allowing his teammates to tank for him and then come in little bit later.
it's more something where if they want to fight this double BKB lineup, like we just saw, SF just goes with his team bottom, they take a tier 2 tower and contest it, and if they want to fight that and stop that from happening, he's going to have to actually engage in. But Abaddon can try help alleviate some of that damage.
Yeah. I almost want to say he might be forced to go into a BKB himself, because with the Blade Mail on Clockwork, you can't control that chakram. Once it flies, and he turns on the Blade Mail, you're taking a ton of return damage on your own. So BKB might be blocking it. We'll see exactly what he's going to go in terms of item choices. Speaking of which, we're going to see Shadow Fiend, Blink Dagger, BKB. This is old school as it gets.
I guess it can sort of synergize with the Naga Siren ultimate, so you can get into position a bit faster.
I think it's the Clockwork Hook.
Yeah, you can go inside the hook, the cogs. So
Yeah.
he hooks cogs someone, you want to get inside there to do some damage.
There's no real
Reset.
stuns, right? There's an Alchemist stun that you could block. There's a Frostbite you could BKB out of. Yeah, it's a free setup. Now the one thing I'm concerned about is we see Blink 2 raises. Ooh, nice juke here by Judo, and he's out of there. You can still do things like that to help you farm a little bit faster. My concern for BKB and then Dagger Shadow Fiend is that to a certain point you're gonna be running out of BKB.
Oh,
Slow reaction, or maybe just didn't see it.
smart not to pop his BKB there. Would have been a wasted charge.
Yeah, I'm concerned for his inventory slots at the end of the day and his damage output as well, especially after being picked off like that.
Yep, and it's still Next.kz who I feel ahead. Yeah, 5,000 gold lead going their way, and we're actually going to see more heroes. Maybe quite mid lane. Naga Siren's in the trees here, but Weaver's there. You need to try and turn it off like right before Alchemist. Yeah, they get the self stun, and he's not in rage form.
They see him.
They need more backup though. There's not anyone else here, which is not the end of the world for Next.kz. They're just going to try and keep this tier 1 tower up and standing.
Stalker, you know he's looking for the hook. He's got the Blade Mail. He's not afraid of going in.
Oh yeah.
But without the Shadow Fiend, I think all they want to do is just look for the defense. There's a Observer Ward is going to get Sky on the hill. That's going to get brought down. Nobody's really farming. And at the end of the day, you got to say that favors a team that has better semi-carries. Of course, there is an Alchemist on the Radiant side, but Dodostock had a very tough time, and he's barely recovering right now. 2,000 gold in his bank.
Weaver's doing fantastic though.
Weaver is doing fantastic. That's true. But he farmed the drums. Is this a Radiance? Is this a drums Radiance build?
I don't think so, and hope not. I guess I say I don't think so just because I hope it's not, because I don't think Radiance is that good of an item on Weaver in general. Just if you want damage, I mean, if you want single target damage, it's not that good. If you want survivability,
damage. Yeah. 50 damage per second.
BKBs on both the two carries, and I feel if you're going on the support, you just want a single target damage, get the Desolator. But
yeah,
Drums Deso, you're not tanky enough. You want to go for a BKB or a Lincoln. Like you say, a BKB probably the best option.
Clockwork Hook on the mid lane here, and Dodostock by himself. Blade Mail being turned on, a huge Requiem with the Shadow Fiend. That's one kill. You got to free that SF. They want a little bit more. Crystal Maiden's going to be the secondary target. One more Blink's going to do a raise, dropping them low. Nice healing coming out, and the Rocket going further away for Big Num. They do net up on the Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden gets cogged in. She is dead as well. This train of Next.kz is just rolling down the mid lane. They got 2 kills. Honestly, should have grabbed a little bit more. I think this is Roshan time.
Yeah, it looks like they're heading that direction. Weaver's still on the high ground here. Gonna do a bit of harass. Drop a swarm here. I don't. SF's just gonna straight up TP. I guess he had to because he had no BKB or anything.
Yeah.
And Weaver needs to be careful. Is there any gem pickup? Yeah, they've got just dust right now on the Clockwork. I definitely expect to see them get a gem. Oh, Cogs, nice zoning. Prevents Bignum from chasing as well, so the Weaver wants to make sure he doesn't get hit by that.
But that TP being forced out meant no Roshan, because everybody now is alive on Cascade, and nobody TPing back to the mid tower if necessary. So, good play here by Cascade.
Well, they should see some decent entries. Familiar's actually used to make it happen. Bignum could have de-warded that. Oh no, he can't. Yeah, of course. I'm getting mixed up. It's on the high ground, but they still hovered around this Roshan pit, just making sure that no shenanigans going on.
Okay, so a very interesting usage of smoke. Crystal Maiden smokes herself, and then Alchemist goes up top. If they want Naga mid, they can't get her. No song just yet. She can debuff a mirror image, but they actually see the Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden comes out with the Nova, and that'll be it. I feel like the Radiant team is really unsure of what they want to do. Dodostock being picked off a couple of times. I guess, you know, faulting him is a little bit unfair because he just got hooked in the mid tower, but his ally should have been with him.
I feel like this is a different game if from level 1 they're looking to zone out the offlane Clockwork. They put too much effort on shutting down an SF who they didn't actually end up shutting down. Like getting that level 1 kill is okay and helps your solo mid. If you I feel like you do that if you have something like a Storm Spirit as your solo mid, but your solo mid's a Weaver. I don't feel like that's a case where like it's a hero that's going to get start snowballing out of control and can actually win the lane after that. Weaver's not going to snowball. He's also not going to beat the SF whether you get the level 1 first blood or not, so helping the Alchemist farm I feel just would have been in general a more safe way to play this game.
But unfortunately, they didn't really have the heroes to do it. I mean, they had an Abaddon and a Crystal Maiden. Yeah. Crystal Maiden can't really zone Clockwork out. Clockwork just runs at you, and Crystal Maiden just have to back off.
You can still guarantee the Alchemist farm a lot better than the 1v1 match.
That's true, though. That's true. But I think Stallcat, probably due to the draft and his own good play, has been playing an excellent game and scores 5, 2, and 4 as a suicidal initiator, and he's looking for more with a haste rate in his bottle.
Yeah, Alchemist is trying to find whatever farm he can. He's actually hovering in some trees up here. He's going back for the Assault Grass, so no big surprises from his item, but I feel like even he's going to need a BKB. SF just Requiem, we saw last fight, the Requiem Assault right under that tower in the cogs, really
he just dies.
Doing some work. So BKB, just for the SF ultimate, there's a Gyro cooldown as well on top of that, so there's a lot of AoE nuke damage. But then even after that, we've got physical damage. SF is starting to hit hard. He's got a Yasha, and Gyrocopter's going straight for his MKB.
Back in the mid lane. Desola's been up on the Weaver for quite a bit now, and Mantis TPing back to the defend tower. MKB is going to be Mantis' next choice.
Yeah.
Just very, very standard item output. Visage, does he have a medallion yet? Yes, he does. So the minus armor of the Dire team is just very, very scary with Shadow Fiend, Riptide, Swarm, and a medallion. Something to give us a math.
They may just straight up push it with the BKBs of theirs as well as Aegis. And Radiant team don't have any really good initiator. Alchemist with a Shadow Blade stun is one, but there's should definitely be Sentry Wards or at least a gem on the ground. They've got sentries down.
Well, let's see how will Cascade defend this. The problem with having Crystal Maiden and Treant Protector, Clockwork
and barely. One Familiar goes down.
The problem with having these support heroes is that they don't really give you a good initiation spell. Right? Your best initiation is like a Nova, or a Chakram. That's not gonna do it. So it's Next.kz's. It's very easy for them to say, hey, we want to take a fight here, or if we don't want to take a fight here, we'll just back off safely. If you try to do that against Next.kz, Song will stop you, Clockwork Cook will stop you. So I feel like Next.kz walking down the road is going to have a lot more option. And goes back to the question I asked for Cascade during the draft. What does this lineup actually do? Are they better late game? Are they better in lanes?
I think the one thing they could have done is it could have just done a full Protect 1 Alchemist. That's the main thing I could have seen this lineup doing.
If you want to do a true for Protect 1, you have better supports.
Yeah.
Like you have better support to zoning people out. So this lineup is just very lackluster in all parts.
I was really looking forward to seeing why these teams are prioritizing Abaddon so highly. Why is it getting first banned? And the hero so far this game has been mostly a non-factor. It's maybe saved the hero here and there, but if you have like a Rubik or something just with a telekinesis, it achieves the same thing and so much more.
Yeah. Rubik at least gives you some resemblance of a team fight. Yeah. Abaddon was pulling creep to level 1, so
Weaver's just going for the split push here, so they know this is going to slow down Next.kz. They've got this Aegis, but they can't really use it because they have to constantly come back top and defend. So smart play from Weaver. Not going to get this tower now, but SF is going to be there and have to deal with this.
Speaking of SF, he's got his Manta style working towards. Once he gets his Manta, he's gonna be somewhat of already dangerous. He's already fairly dangerous with this right click, but Manta really cements that idea.
Next.kz is very close to picking up 3 big items. The 4-star for Clockwork, the Manta Star for SF, and then the Gyrocopter Monkey King Bar. And that's where they can just 5-man down mid lane, assuming they have the creep equilibrium in the other lanes pushed out, because they don't want to just give away these tier 2 side towers. Even the tier 1 bottom tower is still up.
Which is why Weaver is constantly sitting in the top lane.
Yeah.
Making sure that none of that's happening. One thing that they are missing Next.kz is a mech. Because we thought Skullcat was going to get it. I'm looking at Reeves. He's got a ton of gold, but he's not getting it. He's got a medallion. And then we're going to have, Naga Siren getting things like urns and stuff. So I think having a single mech on your team would have been a lot nicer. But Next.kz says, we don't care. We're going to just go straight at you guys. We're a lot stronger, mech or not mech. That's how it's going to go down.
Weaver gets spotted above this tower now. As Stalker going to reposition himself so he's not getting harassed by this Weaver. And this Glyph is, at this point, mostly waiting. They can Song and just stall this if they want.
Oh, Swong. Gotta cancel those. Gotta cancel them. Yep, Dota Stalk gonna get caught out. He's gonna be dead. Shadowfiend is dropping very low, but he's got the Aegis, so he doesn't really care. Meanwhile, Big Num taking a ton of damage from Mantis. There's a Clockwork cooking, but there's no follow-up in terms of damage. Oh, Mantis is gonna be dead. Great focus fire. Crystal Maiden's gonna fall for that as well. Stallcat as well as Naga Sirens on the run. Big Num still surviving. That was close, but you got a Dota stock, you got a Crystal Maiden, and you got a tier 2 tower, all 4 Aegis,
Yeah.
and a Gyrocopter. Pretty decent trade.
Decent trade, and that's where Next.kz just can't keep these heroes alive, except, I mean, during their BKBs they keep himself alive, but once those wear off, it's like, well, Gyrocopter has no protection, there's no heals, there's no mech, there's no 4 staffs to get him into a better position, and there's no Abaddon, I guess, on the Dire team. But not that
I think you're happy if you don't have an Abaddon, because what has Abaddon done for you this lineup? Again, we saw 4 heroes just tanking the tier 2 tower in the mid lane, and Abaddon just stood there. What is he going to do, walk in a Mistcoil or somebody? There's just no initiation at all coming from Cascade.
Yep. Well, Cascade just, I mean, they fall for the tier 2 tower. They do hold Next.kz back. Next.kz probably won't see any sort of attempted high ground pushes for some time until the next Aegis at least, which is 5 minutes away, but they can look for pickoffs, look for this tier 2 tower top maybe. Dota stock, oh, he's looking at top. This could be an opening for them. SF blinks out though, and this is a self-stun. Weaver's going to chase him down, but SF has got no problem at all doing that. They actually ping the self-stun and...
I don't know if you want to do that. He's going to be detected. Time-lapse back.
Have they got a gem? They've got dust, and they dust after the time-lapse, so the detection will follow, as will the homing missile. Where does he go? He's going to maybe look for a TP. He should TP before the...
Ensnare? Ooh,
MKB proc! MKB proc! GG! Not GG, but...
RNG.
Nice kill.
That was RNG.
This is a tier 2 tower top, and maybe more. Weaver has buyback, so we won't see Raxus fall from this pickoff, but definitely a tier 2 tower, unless they decide to buy back and try and hold the tier 2 tower. But that was a bit of a misplay coming out from Cascade. Going for the SF to begin with was ambitious, and then Weaver just getting way too overzealous.
Four staff hook on Dota stock. It seems to be a continuing story that
they have
Dota
no vision.
I mean, you don't need vision to land that Requiem. That's going to be buyback coming out. Dota stock still dropping low. How do they see him? They don't see him. The mech coming out of nowhere, and Dota stock somehow still alive. SF,
big mistake.
he's got BKB. He's got BKB's gonna go right on Reeves. Reeves is gonna get bursted down here, and here comes the races of SF, but he's dropping low to the buyback of the Reaver.
That's a huge mistake, not having sentries or dust there though. Almost inexcusable mistake. They should be getting punished more. Oh, Alchemist down, gonna follow him back to the fountain.
I can't. It just got lost.
I tried to drag it, and I lost it.
Are they gonna stand together and eat one together? I think that's the case. Yep.
Yep. Mantis, where are you going? Yep, they're standing together.
This is not efficient Dota, I can tell you that. Waiting 10 seconds to eat a stun, but it's good. It's good. All for the viewers.
That was fantastic. That made my day. That's team bonding right there. Team bonding important to every team performance.
Mantis, or not Mantis, SF was like, fuck this, I'm gonna go for him. So, he's off the team very soon. Because,
yeah, he left that stun. Yeah. What was that about?
I don't know. You live together, you die together, man. Mashina? It's like, nope. Alright, well, Stallcat looking for more prey. I do want to praise the warding coming in the Dire jungle. You can see one over here, one over here, one over here. Very easy really for nice. Clockwork to find these hooks. And speaking of hooks, Dota stock. Do they have detection now?
No. Not that I saw.
There's one on Dust. There's a Dust on Reeves, and that's it.
Okay.
Okay, you also popped a BKB.
Accidental BKB.
Okay. The game's not won yet, by the way.
No, far from it. But that was definitely a misclick coming out from him. We do see no gem pickup still, which I'm a bit surprised by. Reeves is going straight for the Aghanim Scepter, but just one Dust here. No sentries as well, because Alchemist, he just uses his stun to Shadowblade in, which is where you need sentries. Dust is not reliable to stop that.
Yeah, I think having a gem on Naga Siren, for example, would be pretty good. Reeves coming around, but you gotta care about...
Maybe Mount Naga's like, I want that mech. That we've sort of been talking about, but doesn't have a whole lot of mana pool. Blink Dagger Naga Siren. This setup's now there.
We also saw one of the most awkward glyph ever on the mid lane. One that did not do anything.
By Next.kz.
Yeah.
Combine it with the awkward BKB, and well, it looks like they're just waiting for Aegis for Roshan. You know, maybe it was a tactical BKB. He wants the shorter cooldown on his BKB. He's like, I only need a 4-second BKB, but I just want that 4-second that 50-second cooldown.
Sure. Or he could misclick. That's probably it. What did we get in the mail, guys? Okay, that was less exciting than what I hoped for. Maybe like Sour Punch will send us a package.
Yeah, they've already heard.
Yeah.
Sponsorship acquired.
Expedia that. Well, we're gonna have a Roshan attempt. 30 minutes in, 15 to 13 in favor of Next.kz. You've been faltering in kills throughout the game, but ironically leading in terms of gold and everything else that really matters.
Yeah, everything that does really matter. The lead right now for Next.kz is just getting bigger and bigger. Weaver is maybe the one hope for this Radiant team. Alchemist needs a BKB still. He still hasn't got that. Just the Assault Crest on him.
I think it's that time of the day.
What time of day is that?
The time of day where we just mentally check out.
Oh, I'm good.
I don't know, man.
I'm just contemplating.
Contemplating about
Life.
what does a fox say? Right?
That's gonna keep me quiet for a long time, so
Yeah.
I don't want to go there.
Is that copyrighted? Can you say what does the fox say?
Yeah, I'm sure you can. Well, for the time being, Cascade still has ways back into this game. It's going to rely. It's Next.kz who control it, who can sort of decide. Cascade are just going to have to play reactionary Dota, wait for mistakes over extensions, try and find pickoffs. Maybe they go for a smoke egg if they're feeling very ambitious, but even that's a bit of a stretch here. They need to be careful not to lose anyone else, though. I'm surprised Gyrocopter Mantis is still not got a Helm of the Dominator, because he's always getting low in these team fights.
Yeah.
And as soon as your BKB wears off, you take so much damage, and that's why you need the lifesteal to just regen you back up.
The armor is what you want as well. I mean,
Yeah.
against the Weaver Swarm, it's not too bad. I just feel like, okay, let's say nothing happens. The game just kind of approached the way it is for the next 20 minutes. Who has the advantage? Is it going to be your Grievous, Gree Alchemist, plus Weaver? These are legitimate late game carries. That's going to be farming away. At the same time, your support's going to be absolutely useless once you would go, deep 56-minute game. Crystal Maiden and Abaddon, not going to be too effective in a late game situation. Whereas on the other side, you have Gyrocopter, an ultra late game hero when he wants to be. Clockwork, that's already getting a ton of utility items, going to get himself a Acceptor eventually. And Shadow Fiend, who definitely can right hook very, very hard. I mean, who has the advantage?
Dire team.
Just Dire team.
Simple. Dire team. The dual carry, the SF Gyrocopter is just too much to deal with. I think Alchemist, even if he gets to that 5-6 slotted point, SF just the minus armor tears him apart. He's gonna need BKB Abyssal Blade.
I think if there's Abyssal, things could change.
Yeah, but he also needs a BKB. He can't just be Abyssal Blade on its own.
Yeah,
he can't fight without the BKB as well. And right now it looks like Next.kz want to end things. They have got the Aegis on SF with the Mantis style. Mantis is just filthy farmed as well. He's actually leading the net worth charts.
Yeah, they don't want... Ooh, Clockwork Hook's going to find Bignum. Is that the target that you want, though? I'm not too sure. He hooks out to the left side.
Mantis
The Rocket
is just dying to Weaver.
Yeah, he is. Ooh, nice stuff.
No lifesteal. He doesn't have the... He needs the Aegis or something.
He's got Urn right now. He's got Urn. They also could have easily saved him with a Solemn Siren. They haven't used it then. Solemn Siren Blink Initiation. Here we go. Gotta cancel that one, and bam! Huge ultimate come through. Dotasock's gonna be the target. He gets cocked back in. He's gonna be dead as well. Mantis pops BKB in like 2 HP, but yeah, there's no damage coming out.
The tower went onto him though.
Oh.
Buybacks come now. Alchemist as well as Timbersaw, so the push will continue. And Mantis, yeah, man, this Gyrocopter, as farmed as he is, as high as his net worth is, he's just unable to do, the damage output doesn't really connect with what his net worth is.
Bobcat dropping quite low here. The Sun's going to come through against Reeve, and that's going to be the kill. I think immediately with the 2 buyback, they should have just got out of there. They used all of their ultimate, including the Silent Siren as well as the Requiem Soul.
The other big thing is Gyrocopter has his butterfly completed, but they didn't wait for it before they fought. They didn't bring it out. Having that, half the damage he took was just from Weaver auto-attacking him. He would have been a lot healthier if it wasn't for that.
I think Next.kz is making the game a lot harder for themselves. Like, the decision-making to not wait for the butterfly, decision-making to not back off after using all of their ultimates, and you got two kills on the carries, and you got 2 buybacks. You should be very happy with that. But they wanted a little bit more, and they got punished. Gyrocopter dies, Visage dies, and that's more time for these guys to farm up a little bit.
Well, the gold graph does take a tiny little dip back the way of Cascade, but gold graph does not show the gold loss, which is those buybacks. Also, the deaths accumulated, although the deaths equal for the 2 teams now. And SF with 4k gold, we'll probably be looking at him picking up a butterfly as well. The problem for Weaver is he's got you can't really go, you can go Deso MKB, but you're so squishy with that kind of an item build. He needs a mix of DPS and survivability.
Yeah, I'm actually okay with getting a helm as well for SF.
Yeah.
Just like the same reason.
Helm
that,
then butterfly.
Yeah, helm butterfly is fine. The extra armor is just really welcome. I also am not sure whether you need Naga Siren to have a blink dagger.
Like you say, the mech could have definitely helped them in so many occasions.
Gyro needs
The
some mech.
heal combined with the plus armor is a big deal in a team fight like that. The Weaver is what's causing them problems, and we're going to see an Alchemist try and channel a stun here. SF, no BKB in time. And Big them. He's going to try to not try and turn this around, but slow him down.
Dota Stock gets found again.
Yeah.
Blink, Requiem. Oh, wow.
Jeez. And Bignum actually cops a lot of that damage as well. Blink and Snare. Bignum could be in trouble as well. He needs to find a tree on the low ground. Maybe Chakram. Buy some time. There's a Grave Chill. He needs to find a tree. Do you go to the low ground here? I believe you do.
For sure you do.
Yeah, he's going to do just that. And Gyrocopter was kind of there waiting. SF blinks, as does the Naga Siren. The next Snare was up. Another Timber Chain. They read him very well there. Double blinks as well as Gyrocopter already rotating around.
That's got to be game, right? Dota Stock.
50 seconds on Aegis.
Out of buyback. You got him Chem 9 that he buy back on the mid. And they don't go on top, which is they had the damage, but...
No buyback on Timbersaw or Alchemist.
Yep.
Looks like at least Rax is going the way of Next.kz.
Coke here forces out time lapse. Just, causing all kind of nuisance for the Radiant team.
Yep, we'll see the tier 3 tower take a full 18 seconds is the timer for the Timbersaw. A couple seconds more for the Alchemist, and SF just goes straight in, looking for the Crystal Maiden, but that Frostbite, it's a strategic death. 25 seconds on the Aegis, he just wants full HP and mana, and he'll probably just blink back, get those racks. He's actually just going to try and walk his way out of there. Weaver just doing whatever damage he can to try and stop this, and Weaver just needs to go and install. Weaver has buyback should he die. Both heroes have respawned. Now they only just get the Raxes. The chase is maybe on. Mantis may be forced to pop his BKB. Blink. No song. What's Blink for?
Not too sure. Mantis pops his BKB and one man fight Dota Stock. Dota Stock's just nowhere near where he needs to be in terms of tanking. But Mantis is dead, and now our Shadow Fiend's on the run. He's got Blink on cooldown. He's got a juke until the Blink comes out. Nice Nova revealing and also applying slow again. Without their big ultimates, they just keep staying their welcome. As soon as Alchemist survives, you need to, or maybe even 2-3 seconds before that, you need to back off.
They could have also focused the Raxalt earlier and sooner. The SF blinked onto the Crystal Main. Sure, that was hit with his Aegis, but they wasted a lot of time not focusing the Raxes. I feel they could have got at least the melee Raxen back without losing him, or probably even both Raxes, but Weaver did a good job of stalling, just biding time, and then they punished them with a couple of kills.
So, again, as well as Next.kz has been played, but these has been very, very sloppy mid to late game, where if they were playing against a lot better of a team, they could have just lose the game right there. Bing them, going for the kill. And where's the Clockwork Cook? Thinking about it. There you go. There's a TP coming from the Naga. You can't really trap him out like that. He mechs himself back up, and Skullcat's actually dropping low. He gets one kill. I think he's going to get an equal as well. No, the birds are coming in. They barely get him. The gem comes out, and there's a D-ward. Or not D-ward, deny on the tower as well. Trading 1-for-1 like that's not exactly too good, but they got the deny and as well as a gem, so I guess it's worth it.
Next.kz weren't going to really be doing a whole lot until they have their two carriers back up. Probably also waiting a bit to get the to get Roshan.
Something about Bloodstone valid.
Oh, he had Bloodstone. He could have suicided.
Ah. Okay.
But Roshan not up for another 2-3 minutes, so Next.kz probably don't see them attempt another push during that time. Maybe try and apply some pressure and generally around the map, but Dota Stock, he's got his BKB. We said Abyssal Blade is where maybe there's hope for Cascade.
Yes, and he's very close to it. Basher Go is already up. I mean, if you could count on Next.kz failing a couple more pushes.
Nagas has pulled a Chuan. Gotta get that Midas. He just really wants that level 16.
I can't riddle you this one.
It's to get that level. He's level 15 and a half. He's like, I need that XP. Midas. Extra XP. Yeah, there's nothing.
The game's not won yet. I'm almost cheering against Next.kz right now.
I'm scratching my head. Don't worry. He does Midas and Ursa. He's still not level 16 though.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm really just confused by this as well. I think it's not a serious item, so to speak, coming out from Equal. And as you say, the game's not over. They're behind on kills. They've only got one melee Rax of 6, and we're 42 minutes in. So Cascade is just like, yeah, what's one Rax? We've got an Alchemist.
Yeah.
We've got a Weaver who's is got an MKB, so Deso MKB it is.
Just go YOLO, Glass Cannon.
BKB will probably come next, but that's going to be some time off.
I mean, if they get BKB, I think they already won the game, simply because you could only get BKB if you win a couple team fights. And if you could win a couple team fights with this kind of build, then you have done it.
He has no buyback though, so if he dies, Cascade dies. I don't think they can defend without Weaver. Sure, you have your Alchemist, but if he goes on the front lines without backup damage from Weaver, he's the focus of everything Next.kz has, and they can bring him down very easily.
Alchemist needs to stay with the team. He's got solo picked off too many times to count. Either he needs to stay with the team, or a team needs to bait him and back him up. They can't just allow Alchemist to farm in the mid lane by himself. Not against the Clockwork, who's been landing his hooks.
Alright, pulls coming in from Machina Ubica.
Is that how you say Machina Ubica?
Machina Ubica. Also known as, he played in the last WePlay tournament under the name of What a Fucker. It was quite a, well, not a very clever name, but I think that's him at least. He's been playing with Next.kz for some time. Yep, What a Fucker. You can check his Steam profile if you don't believe me. Or WTF.
That's what he played under yesterday.
WTF?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see, just a bit of a pause coming out from Next.kz. Do thank everyone for tuning in for the WePlay Dota 2 tournament. It's been a slightly delayed day. We had, unfortunately, some server problems earlier on today in the opening series with Kaipi and Virtus Pro, and unfortunately, Next.kz, I think it was Mantis who had some PC problems and couldn't actually load earlier on, but it seems to be all solved, and Mantis is farming up a storm here on that gyrocopter.
We ate over candy.
You still got some tea left?
Tea's almost done.
Yeah, tea is very done. Do you think there's much hope for Cascade?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Because there's much throw from Next.kz.
There is.
Next.kz has lost my appreciation for them.
After yesterday, I was thinking this team's actually not as, has more of a chance than expected, because they managed to be the first loss for the Mouse Quantic team.
Yep.
They had a really solid performance against them with this hero, Shadow Fiend. They seem to play well with it. It seems to just be that playstyle where they want to farm up multiple core heroes, but this game, a bit lackadaisical towards the end.
I mean, they could still win the game, but it's one of those wins that you'd be like, was that a good win? I'm not sure if it was.
This game too, drew redemption.
Oh my god, we have another game?
Lumin's rated.
I don't know if I can handle this. Handle a game where Abaddon does nothing.
Abaddon's going to be Heaven's Halberting people soon, apparently. Or could be Sanjin Yasha.
Alright, cool.
I like the Vlad's pick up. This is a really just cost-effective mid to late game item to have on your team. It can help. The life steal aside for the Alchemist, just having the plus damage as well as the plus armor is very useful. As Mantis says, we're ready to go. Let's get things underway.
Okay. So getting ourselves underway means more farming, because that's what we mean. That's what we see right now.
Roshan respawning in 25 seconds. So this is where
I really don't think
if Next.kz don't end it with the next age, not that I don't think they've lost necessarily, but I think it's because they're just too much throw.
Cascade can't challenge, can they?
No,
not against Song. Right?
Well, they can, but it would be very risky. Like let's say they smoke towards it. Next.kz see everyone off the map. They say, well, they're coming to smoke Roche. We just wait for the lanes to push out, and they have to go defend.
No, literally, they could just go into the Roshan fight, because if Cascade comes, you just Song.
Yeah.
You blinking Requiem, and that's it. Yep. Now, same time, Stock does have a BKB now, so he can always jam that BKB button and go to work. I think you just go Basher, because you don't know if Shadowfiend blinks next to you, and you just attack him. Pop your BKB and attack him, and you get a Basher off, and you kill.
I guess the question is, do you use your buyback ult for that, though? And I think
you do.
It's
at the same time, I think he's forced to get MKB because of the butterflies.
Well, we are going to see Roshan go down. This time they do give it to the gyrocopter. I much prefer this, although now he has life steal, so he does have some HP regen. SF with the cheese, and SF probably not going to see that Helmet of the Dominator yet, because he doesn't have the item slot unless he wants to sell his blink. But this blink has paid for itself for sure. And I think there's a Satanica. Yeah, Satanic Gold is there for gyrocopter. He hasn't actually brought it out though. It is on the courier. Hopefully we don't see like last time where there's a butterfly on courier and then they lose a team fight because he didn't bring it out. But
we wait for the item.
Do they have to? I guess he's got Aegis, so they don't have to wait. If they don't necessarily have to wait, but it's kind of like
Cat is going crazy with the sword.
And Creep Wave just trying to be spammed down by Bignum on that Timbersaw. He knows that. CM has no escape.
Oh no.
Well, gets trapped in a cold, which means cooldown definitely going to land. Familiars, the triple Familiars, Judo, the poor CM. They actually lose Aegis for that. That's not worth. as they threw so much of that, and Mantis already down to half-ish HP.
They threw Call Down, a Clockwork Cook,
Yeah,
and the Aegis, and half of Gyrocopter's life for Crystal Maiden.
They got Tower down to half HP, but yeah, it's a lot they lost. They're going to lose one of those 3 familiars. Homing Missile's just going to try to inch its way in. Should get brought down. Does get brought down, and well, we'll see if they go for a Blink Naga Sleep, because I think that's maybe going to be the next plan as far as breaking this base.
They also have Clockwork Cook.
Use those urns on Gyro. What are you doing, Equal? 3 urn charges. Gyro's saying, please.
Too busy Madising.
He's got the cheese back now, and I think with good reason, because Mantis has definitely been the one dying the most and having the most problems in team fights.
He's got BKB Satanic. He should be okay. There's an urn coming through.
Next creep wave should be when they want to break this high ground.
Yeah, everything will be back up.
And this is where, sure, you maybe... Alchemist can buy Basher and still buyback. Has he done just that? He's bought something. He's bought a Talisman of Evasion, so deciding Evasion is the way to go. They're going the Abaddon. That's not a target you can kill, but SF has found Judo on the CM. Poor CM may get kept alive with a Ghost Scepter. Double Racer will finish him off. Meanwhile, BKB's pop. Dodastalk pops his, as does Mantis, and Dodastalk cannot withstand the physical damage. We'll have to immediately buy back. Try and come back to this fight. That he does. Mantis, pop that cheese, does do so. Keeps himself alive with it. That cheese as well, Satanic, may just be what it takes for Next.kz to get this bottom Raktus and get this game. Is there anything left? Bigdom going to throw the Chakram. Trying to go on Mantis here at the bottom tower. Misses the Timber Chain. Man is still fighting it. He's got no HP. He's going to die here, it looks like. No Chakram from Bigdom. The Cogs push. The Chakram misses. And Next.kz, they lose the Shadow Feed. If they get this Gyrocopter, they hold.
They hold. They will. The buyback comes. The Clockwork Cook's not really going to do much. In fact, he's going to get chased down. In fact, Weaver's going to be on the run. He's just going to wait out the playmail.
The low ground.
Ooh, he's forced out
of the way. Forced out to those neutral creeps.
Thinking about it, trying to juke. Oh! No, not going to get juked that one off, and he's going to be dead.
Yep. Wow. Next.kz, Aegis, Cheese, new Satanic on Gyrocopter, and can't even get a tier 3 tower at bottom.
They're using the hook for a Crystal Maiden, using Call Down for Crystal Maiden.
Butterfly on Alchemist, is that what we see? Or is it just the Halberd?
Could be Halberd. It doesn't matter what he upgrades into.
Thoughts on Butterfly?
Butterfly's legit on Alchemist.
Ton more armor. It gives you good armor as well from all the agility.
Yeah. With the BKB dropping low, though, I think Cascade take this. Because if you think about it, Next.kz lost 3 team fights for their pushes. We have 42k on Alchemist after buying back.
It doesn't get much better than that as far as pushes go. And that's, to me, is just poor execution, because their hero lineup, they've got 2 big carries, SF Gyro. They've got the Song of the Siren set up and Clockwork Hookshot Initiation, Visage Familiars. 3 Familiars with providing extra stunts. They should not lose a fight any day of the week.
Okay, not losing a fight is what I need to agree upon with you, but also more importantly, they don't ever have to initiate a fight. If you look at the Cascade lineup, what does their initiate?
They should just be pounding away on the tower without diving in.
Use your Manta
Why
Legion
are they hooking?
split. Yeah, Manta Legion split, use your 3 familiar birds, and your Shadow Fiend walk up once at times and hit the building. That's all they need to do. It's boring.
They keep trying to hookshot in.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to initiate, and it looked pretty good in the beginning of the team fight. They also, the other thing is, they don't know when to back. It seemed like they just overstayed their welcome every single time. So, I mean, eventually, Alchemist is going to get enough items.
All it's going to take is Next.kz to like get one good fight or just figure out that game plan, and I feel they still win this game. But so far, they haven't shown that they can do that. And Cascade, a lot of signs of life here. Alchemist with a Heaven's Halberd, 3k gold. He did buy back, so he may as well sell that TP scroll, start working on that Abyssal Blade. Abyssal Blade definitely the way to go, especially when they're 4-second BKBs, and if you can get that, what, 2-second Abyssal stun for some of that? I believe it's 2 seconds.
I don't know. Generally, when you hit Abyssal, you're dead. You don't even last a 2 second. Is it 2 second?
1.4.
1.4. Yeah, it's not even that long of a stun.
Yeah,
you just die.
I knew it wasn't. I knew it wasn't any more than something like 2, but well,
I think the only way Cascade could win is actually when they start getting hexes on their players, because that is going to be the initiation. Either that or Abyssal. Like, they need some way to lock down a hero and kill them. And so far, things like Nova and maybe an Alchemist.
They can hold for a long ass time though, as long as they have buybacks.
Right. As long as they have buybacks, which by the way they don't right now.
Weaver does. But yeah, Alchemist does not.
I mean, Next.kz has tried so hard to throw this game away.
And they're going to try one more time to throw it away.
I'm not sure if they throw away. Their items is so overwhelmingly more powerful than Cascade. It's just
Well, if they lose this fight, they haven't lost. They don't even lose Raxus.
Yeah, they don't.
It's just whether or not this is a good fight to take.
Birds gets pinged off.
Resummon those. He's only got 1 up right now. All right. Some attacking. They force out the glyph just by attacking the tower, which is what they need to do here. Alchemist, stun.
Birds gets resummoned. Like, They're gonna slow down this push, and this is what they need to do, right? Mantisal, gonna be. I think the tower should be denied. There you go. And you say, all right, we got the tower. Let's do the same thing. Birds, go hit the racks a bit. Pop your Manta, go up high ground, raise down the curve. There's just no hurry at all because you have the mid tower also pressuring in slowly.
Yeah, mid-range Rex actually went down at some point because they only got the melee Rex with that initial push. Not sure when that range Rex went down, but...
And if Clockwork really wants to, he could just keep rocketing the top lane. And then just bring basically 3 lanes of pressure up on Next.kz.
Stylecat.
Don't.
Pointing which direction to go. Hopefully not actually going for an actual hook shot. But yeah, BKB hit Raxes.
Well, I don't
I'm
think
kinda
he's
glad that
popping
hook shot
BKB. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mantis dropping down about half. The stun goes there, and Mantis,
Jeez.
he's gonna be dead. Song's gonna use, but BKB gets popped. Oh my god, he can get brought down. One more hit. There you go. They defend once again. Stallcat dropping low.
Wow.
Stallcat's gonna be dead as well. Don't ever count out the possibility of throw, because you're seeing one right now.
And the throw continues. Naga Siren brought down. The chase is on for the Visage. 4 heroes going to be dead. This is huge. Cascade, they need to defend this middle lane, but they'll do just that with relative ease. Basher is picked up on the Alchemist. Will be going towards that Abyssal Blade. And we may just see them look to push down the middle lane. While they may not win the game, they may get Raxes. They may force out some buybacks here. Gyrocopter does not actually have buyback. He's 70 gold short, and you're not going to get that 70 gold ticking down. This is 4 heroes dead.
I don't think Cascade could take multiple. Like they have
get
to take
one
tier
lane
2.
at most.
Yeah, they could take tier 2 because they have Glyph as well. Next.kz.
Yeah.
They take tier 2 and possibly a tier 3 tower. I don't think they get much beyond that. But hey, that's more gold. That's more gold for Dota stock. And
Absolutely, they may just go for multiple towers, like the tier 2 bottom as well as mid, but they're grouping up towards mid lane.
yeah, at this point, after this particular team fight, Next.kz should not push anymore. They should basically
Only with Roche.
no. They should pressure and make sure you draw a line outside their base and farm their enemy jungle. Just basically farm for 20 more minutes. You need fresh BKB on both Mantis and Shadow Fiend because now, given the fact that there's 2 Heaven's Halberd and the fact that there is an Abyssal Blade, there's no way that these 4-second BKBs are gonna do anything to protect them.
Smart from Cascade. They don't even go for the tier 3. Knowing right now Next.kz respawning, they don't want to try and force their luck. They didn't even go for the tier 2 bottom, especially with it being on full HP. Probably would not have been wise. SF still farming away at top.
Can SF die here?
BKB is what? 4-second BKB. Why not? There's MKB to stop him from TPing out. He just gets chased down, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Those MKB.
Oh, he's got no swarm vision.
Oh, the MKB procs is magical on range heroes, so
Okay.
okay.
So
Yeah.
you can BKB TP.
You can BKB TP. Well, that's okay though. I mean, you're forcing him to pop yet another BKB charge. I think Cascade's on the comeback.
Oh yeah. Looking at the gold graph here, it's almost back to dead even. This is a great performance. They're ahead on experience as well. They're out leveling Next.kz. Although at this point, 53 minutes in, everyone's got their key levels. There's not really any big levels. Visage having hit level 16. Maybe some of the Radiant heroes, like the Abaddon, maybe wants his level 3 ultimate for that extra second. But for the most part, level difference does not matter at all.
Well, you know the hand of Midas on Naga. It makes sense now. If the game's gonna go late, a 40-minute Midas still making him go. Where's that mech, by the way, still?
At this point, you don't want mech. I mean,
Yeah, it's still armor.
it's not the word. Actually, yeah, it's team armor. So
It's team
they
armor.
want a Vlad's. Vlad's is better than the mech. I'd
Yeah,
say.
that's definitely true.
That's what Nagasaran should be picking up.
Yeah, Dota stock again should not be by himself. Should get basically protection from his allies from all time. He's got 5,600 gold.
Jeez.
The throws are strong.
That not quite enough for his Abyssal Blade to reliably have buyback as well.
I don't know
You need
if
another couple hundred gold, and Weaver is.
I don't know if Cascade wants to fight this. Again, they have 0 initiation.
I don't think they need to. I think they
Give them the Aegis and Cheese. That's
They've
okay.
They've handled this before. Why not handle it again?
Well, that was Next.kz kind of throwing it away. There's no way they could really challenge this. Yeah, you just give it away.
yeah.
Dota stock, don't get picked off.
Problem is there is going to be an SF with Daedalus, so his damage output's going to start really getting scary.
There's 2 Heaven's Halberd on the Radiant side. Is this BKB 10 second?
BKB?
Yeah.
You should be getting new BKBs more than anything. Gyrocopter as well needs a new BKB.
Well, I think what he has right now is buyback and teleport with Butch Travel, so
Okay.
that's essentially a second life.
Throwing the cheese for not a full life, but a nice little bit of healing.
Again, it's somewhat tough for now for Next.kz to initiate as well, because Stolkai could hook in, but there's not much follow-up. You can't really blink Requiem anymore. That's a spell that was cool 10, 20 minutes ago, but
Alchemist has no buyback, it says. He's 86 gold short of a buyback, so...
He's gonna get a kill in
Yeah,
this fight.
he just got a CS at mid, so they're good. All 3 core heroes on Cascade at buyback here, so this is essentially like a... Well, 8 heroes for Cascade, should they need.
These birds are chipping down. Somebody...
On tier 4s?
Yeah, no. On the Raxes.
Oh.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Those birds did half the damage. Timbersaw needs to cut down these trees. Cut down those trees and make sure that they.
Weaver found them.
Yeah.
And he two-shots them, which is really good with the Gemini attack.
You can't allow these birds
more?
to have easy access to come in.
He's gonna get the last one.
Well, there's a resummon on Reeve.
Use
so.
that swarm. Okay, 100 gold. All these heroes have buyback though. So Next.kz, while they have Aegis, buyback, TP for an SF, so maybe they have 7-8 heroes to contribute. Same thing on the Cascade side. So Next.kz just need to be smart about this. They can't overcommit for hero kills. They have to go for Raxes.
Yeah, and the Raxes, keep in mind, will slowly regen. So.
Oh, Weaver. I love watching this Weaver just battle it out with this familiar. He wants to go for it. He'll get it. 100 gold, not the biggest deal. Immediate resummon from Visage, and he's sending them to the exact same spot. Weaver's already...
Cut down these damn trees. What are these trees still alive for?
Use Chakram to get vision of them as well.
You sure? Anything.
Swarm. Well, I guess you want Swarm for the fight a little bit to keep track of some of these heroes, but... we're not going to see too much more. Get an Observer Ward there, even.
Yeah, you see everybody's going for a Heaven's Halberd on the Radiant side. Crystal Maiden's got a Ogre Club. You have Bingnum already having a Sage. They're definitely all going. Oh, Clockwork Cook's going to go in, trying to apply the stun. That's going to be all cooldowns. No big deal, because with the stun's going to come through, that's going to hit on Reeves.
They don't want to go in. No, there's Naga Siren Sleep to give a big setup for Next.kz.
Yeah, that's something that right now Cascade to be very careful about. If they pop their BKB and fight, it suddenly becomes a 5v1 situation against the BKB unit. Song will sleep everybody else aside from the BKB Alchemist, I believe, in this case. Melee Rax slowly regening. The mid Rax is now getting a little bit of pressure as well. Bingnum is the hero on the front line that's so hard to push in against, because Timbersaw, Chakram blows down all your illusions, blows down all your creeps, and there was just slowly, you can see that Naga Siren sending illusions to the mid lane to help the push, and Crystal Maiden is forced to make the rotation.
Yeah, I think it's the one thing which Next.kz aren't doing that they could do is more split pushing. Familiars as well. They've been two-shot by Weaver, so he actually lost another one at some time during this bottom lane push, and they should be split pushing the top lane, the mid lane.
Forced back, Shadow Fiend successfully defended. Push is done.
All right.
And that was basically 5-6 minutes of...
They're chasing. They see SF top and they know, hey, he can't TP back. Let's take this fight. Bingnum needs to be a little bit careful because the 4 heroes alone can kill him.
Oh, Donastock pops his BKB so he doesn't stun himself. He really wants this chase. I'm not sure if that's a war for BKB charge. In fact, it's not. That was... Well... That was his 9-second BKB. That's definitely not worth it.
Do you need... I feel like the fights are going to be a well-timed BKB, whether it's 9, 8, 7
I mean, against
Song
of Siren. Against Song of Siren and the possibility of Heaven's Halberd down the road, you want every second of BKB. That was...
Familiar's still in this Radiant base. I feel Familiar should just be... That top lane should be where the Familiars sit.
Yep. Well, they're trying to get... Ooh.
Oh, that's sneaky.
Guys. There you go. They're
going to drop down, get more down. And does the backdoor protection ever come back until they actually kill them? I think Timbersaw will cut down every single tree in the Radiant base before he lets it happen again.
That's what he needs to do.
Cutting down them all.
Man versus birds.
One tree at a time with that timber chain. One more chakram. All right, they're off the edge here. And Alchemist. I love this. This has provided us some good quality.
There's nothing they need. Nova for sight. Oh, they see him. They see him.
Where do they go? They can drop down. Visage needs to just resummon now. Don't feed him any gold. And he's only got 2, so he may as well resummon.
These birds probably kill Crystal Maiden.
You think?
Yeah, pretty close.
Sounds dubious.
Shadow Fiend. This is something that they haven't tried either. Split pushing.
Yeah. I
think
they just...
Mantis gets frostbitten down to about half HP. The Chain Sun's there.
He's not going to BKB knowing he has the Aegis here, so he'd rather just save it for his respawn. Heart picked up on Weaver now. And Weaver's sent top to deal with the SF, which means if a fight breaks up bottom, there is no Weaver, who's quite an important source of damage.
And there is a SF, the possibility of Butcher Travel.
These Familiars just dying instantly every single time. He resummons, loses one right away to Alchemist.
Crystal Maiden dropping it all on the middle lane to stop this push, but she's going to get stuck in there. Oh, Frostbite as well as kind of right-click coming in. Stallcat. Stallcat's going to be okay. No, he's dropped very, very low. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Song the Siren trying to get the Rax. It's going to wait out the Glyph. They could just suicide push this Rax, and in fact, they will. There's the first Rax.
And
finally, Mantis immediately Heaven's Halberd. They will be brought down. Top lane here, we do see the back, well, sort of backdoor coming out from the Shadow Fiend. Down to about half HP. Shadow Fiend comes in as well. Again, Heaven's Halberd. He time-lapse back to the bot lane. Here comes Dota Stock as well. The sun comes through. Got to get the Abyssal Bash. There's Abyssal Bash. Right-click, right-click, right-click. Cheese comes back on. They still need more right click. BKB's on the run. Can we get a match go? One hit bash. He's looking for it. He's still going to get the kill. Shadow Fiend's going to get brought down as well.
Familiar's working on this range racks, and at this point you want mega creeps. You need to get mega creeps. It means every single racks, including these range ones, is so important, and siege creeps with Familiars will finish off the bottom lane.
Big Nem still fighting against Mantis. YC back in the fight. Mantis is going to be dead. Did he buy back for this? Not too sure. Stallcat is dead as well. I think this is time for Cascade to just storm down the mid lane and just go for the...
2 buybacks though. SF, Gyro both have buyback.
Oh, that's a backbreaker. That's a backbreaker.
You still have to go for it though. You can't... This is just fighting a never-ending losing battle. You're losing bit by bit of your base, and if they just keep this up, next season you'll keep getting every Aegis, every cheese, and you'll eventually lose anyways. The Familiar's still in this Radiant base. There is backdoor protection now, so they're not going to have to worry. They're not going to have to hunt down that Familiar. They are marching down this middle lane. They probably expect SF and Gyro, at least one of them, to buy back, especially with the item progression. They haven't seen any new items out from them, so they'll force it out.
Okay, they will force it out right now, but the problem is the buybacks doesn't matter. Next.kz is not actually strong enough. They have to go Butcher Travel and maybe Throne Race?
You think they don't fight? They have sleep.
Oh, they use the sleep? Oh man, I think using sleep like
That's
that was a
weird.
really
I think
poor choice.
Nagasiren was just using it as panic, because I think Weaver found him. So
yeah, I think what you do is you Throne Race, and when they TP back, you song to cancel. Like S4 status in TI5 final, TI3 final.
TI5. Lumi telling the future.
Dota stock popping BKB Abyssal Bash on Mantis. That's his buyback. He's gonna be dead. He's gonna man fight with Satanic. Not gonna be enough. Stallcat cannot get the stun. Any backdoor? No backdoor
SF
just
is
yet.
still dead. Why isn't SF brought back?
I don't know. He just want to wait it out.
The next KZ throws continue Lumi. SF is going. Oh, now SF has 2 lives, so he can fight this and then still have a second life. I guess that's the reasoning.
Dota stock moving forward. He finds Reeves. Reeves gonna get stunned. They just want the throne. The throne now under siege. Any kind of rotation from any of the heroes.
SF blocked the hook. Oh, what a freezing field! But he's gonna get blown up by Wrecking themselves. No, he doesn't take too much damage here.
Trying to fight there. Does he have buyback? He does have buyback. Barely alive. He's gonna die. He buyback. He has breach travel as well. You do see the Weaver hitting a hut. I'm not sure whether that's what he wants. Now gonna focus on Nagasiren. Nagasiren's on the run. Do not die for these kills. Make sure you get the kills and go back. Nice mech. Where's the Alchemist?
He's TP back to the lane. He actually wasn't that close to the fight. Those creeps in base, but he didn't want them to die. And they go in the tier 4 towers. SF, the only man left standing that can do any damage. He's got 2 lives, so he's just going to go in, fight, throw away his life. Requiem of Souls will pop and do a bit of damage. The CM may actually die to this. CM does die. SF, immediate buyback, as does the Crystal Man. The throne being focused. Can Next.kz defend this? It doesn't look like it. It may seem like they have thrown away this game. Cascade, the Russian team, coming out of nowhere, focusing the throne, Lumi. Cascade have done it. They've done an incredible comeback here in the WePlay Dota 2 tournament.
Next.kz Olympian pot shot thrower. Is that the sport? Because they should go there. They will win the gold. Holy shit.
Pot shot throwers?
What is that sport called?
I don't know. Shot put.
Shot put throwers.
Shot put throwers. They have dethroned EG as champions of the throw right now.
I'm disgusted. Every time I see you throw, I die a little bit inside.
Of that level. Looking at this goal graph, how big and bad was it? It's just disappeared, unfortunately. It was down to about 15.
They had like 15,000 goal lead at one point.
They had everything they could ask for. They had the better, well, mostly better late game, but they just could not find a way to end this game.
At one point, part of the mid game, you see an Alchemist stun. They just hug in the fountain, eat a stun together. That was cute. That was nice. They buy a Midas 40 minutes in on Nagasiren.
Oh.
Come on. I'm disgusted.
And SF, not finishing his items there towards the end. I don't know.
There was 2 times they pushed the Satanic finish on Gyro. They did not get it.
Let's just talk about that last 2 minutes even. Gyrocopter brought back. SF decided, I don't want to buy back. Why does Gyrocopter go in and die? And if he waits for okay, if the plan is to wait for SF, let's give him Rax's wait for SF. Good. You fight with SF and Gyro. You hold. Alternatively, SF buys back, Gyro buys back, you fight, and hopefully... that's probably a risky strategy, but you hopefully hold Rax's.
That's a better shot than...
But Gyro buying back and fighting. That made no sense at all. He either needed to... Gyro could have waited as well. I guess he stalled a little bit, but they either need to both buy back or just not fight with Gyro. He threw away his buyback. Next season he threw away. They lost it somewhere. I don't know what else to say. And they've got one more game to throw.
Or win, maybe.
They need a win. This is the team that took down the Mouse team, the Mouse Quantic team, the only team to have done so in this Group A. But
am I a little bit too harsh? Is this
no?
Is this unfair criticisms?
Flame away, Lumi.
Wait! Don't start. Wait.
Oh, I need to get in game.
Okay.
We pray. Well, guys, we're gonna be back with the We Pray Dota 2 tournament after this break.